Hello and welcome to the Never Yield podcast. Today is Friday, September the 19th, and it's game day eve as the Hogs take on the Memphis Tigers tomorrow in our home away from home in the Liberty Bowl. Andrew, how's it going, brother?
Going good, going good. Been a busy week, but ready to wind it down and head into the weekend and watch some great football. We got some good matchups this week, but ready to get back in the win column this week.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Man, how's it been the last couple days? Has our blood pressure calmed down a little bit? Are we still kind of hot over the Ole Miss game, or where's our mindset at?
Yeah, yeah. I'm good. We kind of talked off the pod about how I think we're just of the age and just kind of the expectation now that we're gonna, if there's a way to kind of mess up a game, we're probably going to, and Saturday's result was no different, and so it's kind of been the sentiment I've heard a lot of Razorback fans saying this week is that wasn't surprised that we blew it there at the end, but I think a lot of people were encouraged at our offense that we can score with some people if we can shape up that defense. I think that there's a good chance that we could be in a lot more ball games than maybe we thought preseason. So a little bit of
Yeah.
optimism, a little bit of hurt, but
So do you think that our defense? How much better do you think our defense can get? Do you think like we're gonna see massive jumps throughout the year? Do you think we just got? I mean, personally, I think we'll get better. I think they're gonna simplify some things and
mhm,
make it easier. But I don't know how much better we can get because you only got what you got.
right, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of we'll have to see. I don't. I will say this. I don't think Notre Dame's as good as we thought coming into the season. Tennessee might be a little better than we thought coming into the season, but T. Will has kind of had, well, I say kind of had one game. We have a one game sample, but he kind of figured out Tennessee started off strong last year, and we kind of figured them out. Now we had them at home. We're on the road this time, so we'll see. All of our best teams that we're playing this year are on the road. So usually we're good for one road win. I'm hoping that we can win at Memphis and then continue winning on the road as the year goes on. But we've got some tough challenges. Hopefully, as we find out a little more, we'll be able to keep improving. And it's got. I mean, you can't do any worse than what you did
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
defensively. So
Worst case scenario, Hogs get beat Saturday. What's the I mean, what do you see as being the fan fallout, or especially after the Yurachek comments this week? And I mean, if the Hogs don't show up and have a letdown spot after a tough loss at Ole Miss, maybe looking ahead to Notre Dame just a little bit.
mhm.
Say they go in and get beat Saturday. What's the fallout look like from that?
Man, I think you're looking at the end of the Pittman era and possibly the
Oh,
Yurachek era. Uh, this is one you have to win. This is a have to win ball game. Uh, I think I've heard Matt Jones talk about before about the what Houston Nutt called the Bama effect, and that's a lot of times you're going to get beat by Alabama, you're going to get beat up, you're going to get bruised, but don't go out the next week and let them beat you twice. So you need to come back focused and ready to go. So uh, yeah, I mean if you lay an egg this week at Memphis, game you're supposed to win, a game you're favored to win, that's going to be hard to come back from in year six, especially after the comments that Yurachek made this week. Uh, yeah, I don't see. There's going to be a lot of doubt the rest of the way. There's going to be there's nothing to play for the rest of the way. Just even though you have a lot of the schedule in front of you, that's going to be tough to come back from. I think in the fans' eyes for sure.
yeah. The good news I feel like is Memphis. Memphis is traditionally really good. I think I read they're like 27-5 their last 32 games or something. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really good. The good news is though is that they are taking a huge step up in class opponent wise. You know, they've played Chattanooga, Georgia State, and Troy.
Hmm.
So, you know, they're taking a huge step up competition wise. And I would think that the game will slow down just a little bit for Arkansas. Not that
Hmm.
Memphis doesn't have good players, but they don't have Ole Miss level athletes. Um, and so I know, you know, when I used to coach high school basketball, when we would play the number one team in the state and playing real tough or whatever, and then the next game we'd always play really good because the class of opponent, you know, like it was just the game slowed down for us. The game would
Hmm.
slow down
Yeah.
from the competition we played when we played one of the top two or three teams in the state to the next game. Not necessarily that we played any better or anything. The game just slowed down for us and it made more
Hmm.
sense. And so I'm hoping maybe for the defense, the game will slow down a little bit. One thing about Memphis is they're not very dynamic on offense. I've seen they're kind of dink and dime you, and they run the football. They do some read stuff, but their quarterback's only thrown for over 200 yards in one of those three games. He's been in the 100 yard passing, and so we'll see. This should be a good get back spot for the D. Travis Williams should be as motivated as he's ever been, especially with, you know, the comments we talked about that Sam made in the press conference
Yeah.
Monday. So yeah, hopefully they step up and they show out. Looking around the SEC coming up this weekend, it's kind of an ugly weekend.
Hmm.
Not many good games. There's only two or three I think that are even somewhat interesting. Auburn going to OU, that's a
Yep.
fun game. Jackson Arnold going back to where he played last year, and just kind of seeing, you know, who's for real between those two teams. Both ranked in the top 25 after not having good years last year. So I'll be really curious to see how that turns out. Should be a great atmosphere in Norman. Florida goes to Miami. You know, that's Florida's schedule just gets brutal, more and more brutal after being on the road at LSU. Now they got to go to Miami, who's ranked number 4 in the country. And
Hmm.
then the only other one that somewhat intrigues me a little bit is South Carolina at Missouri.
Hmm.
Two of my three least favorite coaches in the SEC. I don't know if Lenore Sellers is healthy or not. I haven't looked into that. But I'm assuming he's not playing. They're 10, 11 point underdog, so I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But
Yeah. I think.
one of the bad guys has to win that game. So
Yeah. I think Sellers was concussed, so I think he is not probable to play.
okay,
Not saying
yeah,
that they won't throw some sunglasses on him and throw him out there, but
yeah,
yeah, I don't think he's likely to play.
yeah. Of those three games, which one has your eye the most?
I'd say Auburn at Oklahoma. Just Jackson Arnold going back. Hugh Freeze needs a big win. He's I think he's kind of coaching for his job this year. They're not putting.
So is Brent Venables. Yeah, both of them.
Well, yeah, yeah. Oklahoma looks good. Mateer looks like the real deal. I would say he's probably the Heisman front runner at the moment. But yeah, I think that'll probably be the premier SEC game this week. A lot of people were shocked and surprised that they were going to Miami for Florida Miami, but I think sometimes they kind of like lock in what games they're going to go to the first kind of 4 weeks.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, I would have almost rather seen them go last week just to give South Florida some love after their hot start, but it ended up not being as close as the experts thought. But yeah, I would say I'll tune in to Auburn and Oklahoma.
yeah. Probably the same. That's gonna be the best game I think of the day. Saw a conversation on Twitter, and it made me want to ask you this question.
Hmm.
Obviously, Taylor Green is getting a lot of national publicity right now.
Hmm.
You even as much as say is it's looking like if we could go 9-3, that he may get invited to New York if he keeps on this current pace that he's on for the
Yeah.
Heisman ceremony. Because the quarterback position's down across the country. If we're just being
Hmm.
honest. I mean,
Yeah.
I looked at the Heisman odds today, and I haven't even barely heard of half the people on that list. And
Hmm.
so, but the question was Would you rather have Taylor Green at his best or KJ Jefferson when he was at his best?
I'm probably going to lean Talon for the simple fact that I think he's probably a better team leader, and I think he's probably more coachable than KJ. KJ just seemed, especially there that first like big NIL year, I feel like he kind of lost the team, and I think that was the 4-8 year. So I'm gonna go Talon just because I think his ceiling is higher than KJ's. Uh, KJ's floor may be a little bit higher, but I like Talon's ceiling. And yeah, I think Talon's probably a little more coachable and probably a better leader of the team than KJ was.
Yeah, you nailed exactly my point. Like I feel like Taylor's big game upside is higher than KJ's was.
Mm,
KJ was not going to throw for 300 and rush for 100.
yeah,
Now it got to 4th and 1. KJ was going to line up and he's going to get that 1 yard. He was
yeah,
going to get downhill and get a run over a couple people and I think KJ had a better deep ball. Now he had Traylon, but boy, KJ could float that thing up there and let those guys run under it. But yeah, I'm kind of the same. I think Taylor just has a little more explosiveness. I think it may just be that extra year with Bobby that has really
yeah.
improved his passing game. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting conversation that I saw some people having on Twitter today.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, because the KJ era did not end great, obviously, but man, he was a good quarterback. I loved KJ. I was a big KJ fan, until the last year or so, and
Yeah.
so I hate to hate on him because he went to Central Florida and lost his job and all that. But yeah, that was an interesting convo today. So today we're gonna structure the show just a hair different. Um, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go with our shout outs, and we talked about it, and we both have the same shout out. There's been a lot of talk this week in Arkansas for one specific reason, and I have a very unique story that happened to me today about that I can't wait to get into.
Okay.
But our hot seat is going to be obviously Hunter Yurachek.
Yep.
His controversial comments, to say the least, at the Little Rock Touchdown Club. I know we touched on them for a minute on the last pod, but that was the same day and it was all fresh, and so we didn't really get to watch the video. But yeah, so obviously Hunter went down to Little Rock Touchdown Club, probably the biggest, best touchdown club in the country.
Yeah.
David Basil does a great job running it and does a little Q&A, and well, I'll just play the video for you, and then we'll talk about it.
And I think we're set up to win a national championship in men's basketball moving forward. We know we're set up to win a national championship in baseball moving forward, and I think we're set up in several other sports to win a national championship. Football, where we are right now, we're not set up to win a national championship. I'll just be brutally honest with that. But I think we're set up to compete really well in the Southeastern Conference, especially now with the new revenue sharing model.
You feel that's
We are not set up to compete for national championships.
Mm.
What says Andrew?
Yeah. You've heard, like we've talked about several times on here already, Sam Pittman last year making the comments that we were on a blue light special budget and other teams had a Louis bag of players. Hunter Yurachek Monday at the Touchdown Club comes out and says we're not ready to compete for national championship, and he says it's all money inspired. And so, you're not saying anything that I think most fans don't already know, but Pittman and Yurachek, you're kind of saying the quiet part out loud. So, like, keep that in your head. That's not something that we need recruits to think. What does that say to your current team? Like, we're just out here playing patty cake. We're just out here for no reason. You got us at a discount, and we're just here to go to the Liberty Bowl again. Like,
You don't
what are
believe in us.
yeah? What are you playing for? It's the message that it sends out more than what he actually said. Because again, none of us are expecting to go to the national championship this year. I picked a 7-5. You picked a 6-6. Both probably gracious in those picks, but again, I think you're saying the quiet part out loud. And yeah, I think it sends the wrong message to the team, sends the wrong message to the fan base. Like, yes, we know we need more money in the program to compete at a higher level. I think everybody understands that. But what you've given us the last 2-3 years is not something to get excited about. That's not going to make me be one of those $100 a month donors. I can promise you that. So, what can you do to inspire a fan base to get excited and to start donating money? I'm going to say you don't start out by saying we're not ready to win a national championship.
I was gonna say, not that. It's just I know. All right, there's so many levels to this for me. So number one, as a fan of the Arkansas Razorbacks, it pisses me off that you can think it all you want, and you can go down to the touchdown club and be like, "Yeah, we're set up to win championships in baseball and basketball. You know, in football, we're almost there. We got a little bit of ways to go.
Yeah.
But you know, we feel like we're on the right trajectory. Not, I'll just be honest with you, we're not set up that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the way you word and the way you verbiage everything is ridiculous. It's crazy to
Yeah.
me that you would go in there and say that. It's like it would be the same thing as Sam Pittman walking into his team before they play Texas and Austin and being like, guys, we're just not good enough.
Yeah.
We're not ready. We're just not ready to win. We're just not, don't have a good enough program. Instead of trying to say, hey, sugarcoat it a little bit, get them excited, get them pumped up, get them ready to play. It's the same principle. Whether you're
Yeah.
talking to a team, you're talking to a fan base, you're talking to your donors, as the leader of the athletic program of the University of Arkansas, the balls to go down and say that out loud when it's been on his watch. This is not something he inherited.
Right.
This has been on his watch. Is absolutely crazy to me that he goes down there and says that. Like you said, as a current player, because you know the players have all seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we play the game?
Yeah.
Why do we play the game? And I don't know if it was on purpose or on accident, but I saw that Mike Washington did an interview with Hogs Plus yesterday, and he specifically said, I think we're good enough to win a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was on purpose as a shot at Yurachek or if that's just him just being a player. I don't know. But every single player at that level has two dreams to go play in the NFL, and you're not going to go play in the NFL unless your team's good. More, I mean, as a whole. So, yeah, you're telling your current team you suck. Your coach, you're telling your coach, sorry, coach. I guess he is. I guess we are okay with mediocrity. If we're not set up to win championships, we're accepting mediocrity.
Yeah.
I guess that's the standard that they're setting there.
Yeah.
And you said as a recruit, every recruit that we are in the top 3-4, every team will use that without a doubt, a doubt. And their in-home visits and on their phone calls. Why would you go to Arkansas? They've openly admitted they can't win championships. It's not us saying it; it's them saying it. I mean, why would you go there? I mean, it's crazy how many layers there is to that, and how many players, recruits, fans, donors he pissed off all in that one sentence.
Oh yeah. And same day we lost our number one recruit for next year's class to Texas Tech, who's
got all the money.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely paying people.
But it's just been on his watch. That's the crazy thing. It's been on his watch.
1,000%.
Who's there to blame? Who is there to blame? Oh, we've been going in the second lane. We haven't gotten the third lane. What are we waiting on?
Yeah.
Everybody else is doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what this thing called integrity is in college athletics. I haven't seen it in a hot minute.
Right.
I mean, I don't know why we're not in whatever the third lane is. We should have been there on day one.
Yeah.
He needs to go ahead and hop in the fourth lane and get his butt out of here, says what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. He's been trying to play catch up. Him and NIL has not been a good relationship. No. And for whatever reason, we've been behind. I don't know if he just didn't want to accept it when it started happening and when they announced that NIL was going to be a thing, but it just feels like Arkansas, which I mean, obviously we're in the backyard, so that's what we're in tune to. That's what we're hearing. But I mean, the national media has picked up on like the opposition of Arkansas to NIL and to. I mean, it was a national story of like trying to get NIL money back from Madden Iamaliba, or however you say their last name. When he left to go to UCLA, that was a big national story of like, Arkansas, you look kind of bad going after the money. I understand it from an Arkansas perspective, but yeah, it's
Well, there is high profile people that are pissed off about this.
mm-hmm.
And that's what made me think he may have just laid his deathbed.
Yeah.
Because I had lunch today with a small group lunch with about 9 people, with some of the highest, most important, influential people in the state of Arkansas. And don't ask me how I got there. It was a freak thing.
Right.
But
the
I'm not gonna
podcast is
name
growing.
names.
We're getting out there. Podcast.
But this one fella in particular, who has a lot of say in a lot of things at the University of Arkansas, said that he talked to Houston Nutt on the phone yesterday, and he said Houston Nutt is livid. He said, "I cannot believe Hunter Yurachek said that." He said, Houston had talked to other players and other coaches that played for him, and he said the whole alumni base that Houston talked to, he said, is livid.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever you start getting on the wrong side of the Houston Nuts of Arkansas, who are Arkansas guys,
mm-hmm.
and now you're on the wrong side of these high-level, important people that I was sitting with at lunch today, I think he may have sealed his fate.
You think he cooked his Christmas goose?
That's exactly right. I mean, I just started laughing whenever this person starts talking about how mad Houston Nutt was about this.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here for it. I don't know if athletic director is the right title, but I've said for a long time, Houston needs to be on staff in some capacity, because there's nobody that cares more about the state and the program and to get people fired up than that man right there. So yeah, I think there's a spot for him. I don't know if athletic director is the right way to go, but yeah, there's a spot for Houston Dale Nutt on the hill in some capacity, and
Absolutely.
And Hunter's got to know his audience. Like, he's spoken at that touchdown club every year since he's been the athletic director. He's seen all the viral videos that have come out of the Little Rock Touchdown Club, including some of his in previous years. You got to know that you're not just speaking to that room. You're like this video already has over 1 million views, I think, according to David Basil. So yeah, you got to know your audience. You got to, I don't know, it just feels like he doesn't think sometimes before he speaks. And I mean, I'm the world's worst at that, but I'm also not the athletic director at the University of Arkansas. So yeah, I think your 2 biggest jobs is to hire good or your 3 biggest jobs: hire a good football coach, raise money, and sell hope to the fan base. And right now you're it sounds like you're 0 for 3.
0 for 3. Yeah. It's wild, man. It's I don't know. It's been a week. It's been a week, you know, with the defensive staff comments and now this, and boy. And I know the landscape has changed. Everybody knows the landscape has changed with the portal, and everybody knows. Everybody knows. But Arkansas has competed for national championships.
Yeah.
Houston Nutt had us in the top 10 multiple times. Bobby Petrino had us in the top, right, number 3, I think, in the country.
The final poll was number 3.
Yeah. Arkansas has competed for national championships. I understand NIL wasn't a thing then, but it can be done. It can be done here. Why can Arizona State go to the college football playoff? Since when is Arizona State a powerhouse? How about Indiana? Nobody even knew they played football at Indiana. They not only went to the playoff last year, they're in the top 10 this year. Indiana. So
Yep.
why can Arizona State and Indiana do it and not Arkansas? Why was Missouri and South Carolina just on the edge of making the playoff last year? It's just a terrible, terrible looking excuse whenever the schools that we should be better than on a majority of the years
Mm-hmm.
are not having any issues.
Yep. Totally agree.
He needs to call the AD at Indiana, I guess, and learn how to, because I guarantee you Indiana's in a worse NIL situation than Arkansas is. And they're in the Big Ten with Ohio State and Penn State in them, and they're figuring it out.
Guarantee it.
Anyways, yeah. So we have dual hot seat. We feel like Hunter Yurachek deserved to get all the Never Yield podcast hot seat today.
Consider the seat warm.
Yeah. All right. Shout out. My shout out is going to be the Arkansas Razorback basketball schedule coming out. Boy,
Yep.
Cal loaded this thing up.
He sure did.
And it's funny because he said he's on record of saying we schedule based on how we think our team's going to be. Well, we're playing all 8 of the teams that were in the Elite 8 last year. I mean, that's insane. But yeah, so at Michigan State, that'll be a super cool game just because, growing up as a college basketball junkie, just watching Izzo at Michigan State, and that atmosphere, that'll be a lot of fun. Obviously, we're playing Duke in Chicago. That'll be, high profile ESPN game. Louisville, Texas Tech, and Dallas. I got a little payback for Texas Tech. Playing Houston in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just loaded up, boy. But yeah, it was officially released yesterday, I think. And so it's really exciting. You got hoops. Nobody wants to talk about hoops right now, but hoops not too far on the horizon. And looks like they're going to have their hands full in non-conference play.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. You lose to Memphis on Saturday. We'll be talking basketball. This may turn into a basketball podcast. Golly. Yeah. That's right around the corner. Cold weather's coming. Hopefully. I'm ready for it to quit being hot outside. I know that. But yeah, no, I'm excited about basketball. It's going to be, I'm pumped. I can't wait.
Me too.
I'm going food with my shout out today. Shouldn't be unexpected from the chubby boy of the podcast, but Krispy Kreme did the full chocolate glaze this week, and it was I've never done it. They've done it before, but I never had it. They were pretty good. They replaced the glaze fountain with a chocolate fountain, and they just send them through.
Wow.
I
didn't know that wasn't a thing. I didn't know they didn't do chocolate glaze.
Well, they do, but it's just the glaze with like chocolate on top. They stopped the glaze fountain, and it's a chocolate fountain. So like
it's like a whole dip.
It's a full dip chocolate.
Yeah. Wow.
And they're pretty money. So I know I know we've done a few Krispy Kreme trips in our day back in the day.
Dang right.
And so next time they do the chocolate fountain, I highly recommend.
This is probably not a very popular opinion. Not a chocolate donut guy. Not a chocolate any glaze. Just give me a good old fashioned glazed donut.
Yeah.
Just too messy, too chocolatey. Usually tastes like fake chocolate, which it is.
Depends on where you go. Depends on where you go. Some people do it better than others, but the chocolate fountain delivers.
But I love Krispy Kreme, so I will definitely give their chocolate a try for sure. We could do a live food review from Krispy Kreme if that's what's needed.
Hey, so we could do say less. We can do a donut run around Northwest Arkansas. I've got my good spots and I've got my bad ones.
Oh,
that was found out pretty quick when I moved up here. So
yeah, you got a donut expert.
Well, I mean, Exhibit A.
All right. We're going to move on to our best bets and our picks of the show. All right. Week 4, best bets, lock of the century, whatever we want to call them. Your boy went 4-1 last week. Boy, it didn't take me long to catch up after that 0-5 week 1, did it?
Look. I was kind of flying through some of my picks. I'm going to start taking it serious now.
Okay.
I didn't know, people were taking
Andrew,
this stuff to the bank. Okay. I'll start.
PSA. Andrew's going to start taking it serious, so everybody start betting whatever Andrew says. Y'all start betting because he's taking it serious now.
Yeah,
so.
I'll start trying.
Anyways, so my first bet, Andrew, read that first box and tell me if you have any idea what that means.
I see a Razorback. I see an Illinois I, and it says teaser.
Yep.
-1.5 / plus 12.5. And I have absolutely no idea what it means.
So we're getting deep in the weeds in the gambling world on the Never Yield pod. Yeah, my first bet and my best bet of the week is going to be a 6-point teaser with the Arkansas Razorbacks in the Fighting Brett Bielema's. So here's how a teaser works. So you got to take a minimum of 2 teams, and you can take them 6 points up or 6 points down. And obviously both have to hit for you to win the bet. So the Hogs are a 7.5 point favorite, and I'm teasing them down 6 points. So they only have to win by 2. And Illinois, I'm teasing up 6 points because they are a plus 6.5 or 5.5 favorite. I think it's 6.5 now. I'm taking them up 6 points to 12.5. So they can lose by as many as 12. So both of those things have to happen, and I win the bet. So I don't have to worry about the Hogs winning by 7.5 or the line not covering the plus 6.5. All I need is the Hogs to win close and Illinois to keep it close, and I win the bet. So it's really a big thing in NFL because NFL games are so close usually that you get a 6-point move on a line in the NFL, and you can really do some damage. That's almost all I bet in the NFL. College is a little bit. People don't do a lot of teasers in college just because it's so random. You just never know in college. There can be so many different outcomes. But yeah, so my first bet is I'm teasing the Hogs down and I'm teasing the Illini up. And I love that bet. If that bet doesn't cash, I will own it on Tuesday's pod. But I love that teaser. I'm going UTEP. I'm going with the mid majors here in the middle, the group of 5. I'm going UTEP -6, FIU -6, and Liberty plus 9.5. Man, I just feel like all 3 of those teams are in really good spots. UTEP has Louisiana Monroe, who's just not very good. FIU has Delaware, who went out to Colorado 2 weeks ago. Last week, they won in overtime against UConn. And so I just kind of feel like there may be a letdown spot after going all the way across the country, then winning an overtime game. Got Liberty plus 9.5. And then I got Ole Miss and Tulane over 61. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of points in that. I've seen Ole Miss's offense and I've seen their defense. So I feel like 61 is very reachable. Tulane's pretty dang good. They spanked Northwestern early in the year. So I think we could see a 35 to 31 game or a 35 to 28 game to get over the 61.
Okay. All right. You disappointed me with that teaser thing. I was hoping that, after going 1-4 last week, I thought you could just be like, just teasing, I go with the other team. But I guess we'll go with your thing. But I'm gonna invent a teaser bet where you can do that. So I think some of those like FanDuels or whatever, if you place a $5 wager, you can do something like that. Anyway. All right, we'll get into my locks of the week. Arkansas is getting 7.5 at Memphis. I like us better than 7.5 at Memphis. If we don't cover that, I think we got bigger fish to fry. So give me 7.5 and the points at Memphis. Give me the Hogs to do that. Give me OU is getting 6.5 points at home against Auburn. I'm just not a believer in Auburn yet. Oklahoma's at home. I think Mateer's the real deal. They look great to me. So 6.5 seems low to me from what I've seen from Auburn the last couple of years. I know it's a different team and Jackson Arnold's coming back, but give me OU in the 6.5 points. Illinois is getting 5.5 at Indiana. They got Indiana favored 5.5. I think Illinois could cover that. So I'll take the Fighting Brett Bielema's there. Michigan State is getting 17.5 at USC. I just think Michigan State's 3-0. I think they can cover 17.5. I'll probably pick USC to outright win, but I got Michigan State covering the 17.5, and then Purdue and Notre Dame. Purdue's getting 25.5 points. From what I've seen from Notre Dame's defense so far, I don't know if they're 25 points better than anybody. So give me Barry Odom and the Purdue Boilermakers to cover 25.5 against Notre Dame. Those are my
that
locks.
Illinois line kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it at, I think it's 6.5 now. It's even went more in their favor, but I mean, me getting it up to 12.5. I mean, I think Illinois wins the game outright.
Yeah, they could.
So, yeah, I like your picks this week. I could see you maybe getting to 2 and 3 this week instead of 1 and 4.
We're gonna bounce back. We're gonna bounce back. These are locks.
Locks, that's right. All right, moving on to our college game day style pick'ems.
Yeah. You got 2 games. I got a little caught.
Took the lead. Yep, took the lead. I'm getting in my groove finally, getting in my bag. I ain't turning around in the rearview mirror anytime soon either. So.
Okay. All right, let's get into week 4 here. I'm going to bounce back again with my locks and my picks. So, got a few ranked matchups right off the bat tomorrow. So, we got number 17, Texas Tech, who I did not know was ranked. You got number 17, Texas Tech, going to number 16, Utah. Who you got? Utah favored by 3.5.
Yeah, man, I got Utah. I love Utah. I love Kyle Whittingham. I just think they're always good. I think they're well coached. I think Utah is a tough place to play. I think Texas Tech is a little bit overrated. They just have not played a tough schedule. So I'm going with the Utes.
Okay. I too took Utah. I really wanted to pick Texas Tech in their however many $1 million roster that guy's buying, but I went ahead with Utah. Went with the home team.
He's an Arkansas guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
What's his name? I forgot his name, but I remember in the bowl game last year he was talking about calling the Hogs as a kid, and
they had a bunch of Arkansas gear.
Yeah, nobody's really talking about him for the next head hog. He hadn't done anything yet, but he's an Arkansas guy.
You bring that NIL guy over, we'll take him. I'll take him tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next matchup, we got our best SEC matchup of the week. We got number 23 Auburn and Jackson Arnold coming back to number 11 Oklahoma. Who you got?
I'm going with OU. Like you said, Mateer has been really, really good. I don't know. Maybe Brent Venables is getting it fired up here, and whatever year this is for him. But yeah, night game. Norman still not buying Hugh Freeze and Auburn as being a good fit. I will take the Sooners, and I will take Isaiah Satania to have 1 catch for 14 yards.
What a prediction. And one drop punt.
Yeah.
I too will take Oklahoma. They're 6.5 point favorite. They're the home team. It's night. I like Mateer. I like the offensive coordinator that they brought with him. Venables can now just focus on the defense. So, yeah, give me the Sooners and the points. Next up, we got the number 9 fighting Brett Bielema's of Illinois going to number 19 Indiana. Indiana favored by 5.5, which you said may have moved to 6.5 now. Who you got?
I like the Illini, man. I think Brett's just got that swag. You know, you love him. Maybe if he's yours, he's one of those guys you kind of hate him if you don't have him. He's always causing controversy and saying stuff just to make somebody mad.
Yeah.
But I think he'll get him fired up and he'll get him some vodka shots before the game. We know he's an experienced drinker from his Arkansas days, so he'll be ready to go and walk into Indiana and beat him up.
Out is what's the weather in Indiana? Do we know that? And he's gonna have his full windbreaker.
Oh, he'll be his orange Kool-Aid man.
Sweating like a hog out there.
Yeah. He holds that manila folder. He just holds that folder and he never opens it.
Yeah.
I just wonder what the point of that is because he just walks around holding that folder.
Yes, he's always got the folder. He's always got the jacket and the pants on, even if it's 9,000 degrees outside.
Oh, yeah.
He always wears his headphones like this, and it drives me. Yeah. So I originally had Illinois, but he was our head coach once, and we always lost some games that we weren't supposed to. So I think this is a trap game for them. I don't know if this is a rivalry. They're both eyes. They're border states. Indiana went to the playoff last year. Give me Indiana to beat. I was almost said upset. It technically is an upset for the rankings, but not for the betting line. But give me the Hoosiers to take down the Fighting Brett Bielema's. Next up, we got number 21 Michigan going to the land of the corn of Nebraska. Michigan favored by 2.5. Who you got?
I legit really don't know anything about either of these teams. I know Michigan has the hot young freshman quarterback maybe, and Nebraska has Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, and I think Shamar he's suspended this game, isn't he? I don't think he's coaching for the Wolverines, so they'll be without their coach. That's why I went with them. That's why I went with the Wolverines. They're gonna play for their coach who's suspended.
Okay. I didn't realize that you get to like choose what games that you're suspended. Yeah, you can play, you can coach against Oklahoma, but Nebraska will set this one out.
What's that say about Nebraska? That's got to piss Nebraska off,
right? Going to Nebraska. I'm taking Nebraska in this one. I'm coach being out. We got Patrick Apartments going for Nebraska, so whatever his real name is, I forget. But yeah, give me Nebraska to upset Big Blue at home. Next up, we have your favorite game of the week. I know you'll be locked in the entire time. South Carolina going to Mizzou. Missouri favored by 11.5.
Disgusting. Missouri. I wish they could both lose.
Yes, this is one of those games that you kind of wish they could both lose. But yeah, give me Mizzou at home. Lenore Sellers probably isn't playing in this one. I think Shane Beamer is probably already fielding phone calls for Virginia Tech. And I think they're not off to a good start, and I think there could be a lot of distractions the rest of the way. So for this one in particular, I will take Mizzou, much as I hate to say it. Our next game is we have Michigan State going to USC, number 25 USC. USC favored by 17.5. Pretty big line. Who you got?
I got the Fighting Lincoln Rowleys. Can't name one player for USC. But remember last week, I told you that Minnesota was going to go out to Cal and get beat by Cal. I'm not going with that line of thinking this time, but I think it'll be a lot closer than 17.5. I think.
Okay.
I think USC will win, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. That's what I've got too. I've got USC winning at home. Obviously, it's a big travel game for Michigan State, but I do think it's closer than the experts think, and Michigan State covers, but USC wins. Next up, excuse me, we'll edit that out. We got Florida going to Miami. Number 4 Miami College game day, game of the week. Miami only favored by 7.5 at home. Who you got?
Taking the U and Carson Beck. Carson Beck knows how to beat the Gators. Did it at Georgia every time he played them. He ditched his TikTok famous girlfriend, and he's locked in. So give me the U.
Oh, I had not heard the girlfriend part, but yeah, for that reason alone, I will take Miami as well.
Yeah, he's locked into football now.
Yeah, give me the cane head, and we'll go. Which have we ever learned why they have a stork as their mascot when the name mascot is the hurricane?
Yeah, there's about 10 schools that do something similar. That's something Hunter Yurachek would implement at Arkansas.
Yeah, for sure. He's just gonna have a dollar bill mascot running around.
Yeah.
All right, and then our Arkansas game of the week is we are going to Memphis. We are Arkansas's favored by 7.5. Who are you taking this week?
All right, I'm taking the Hogs. They need it in a bad way. I think Memphis kind of plays the style that lets us get in a bounce back spot. I said earlier that they haven't had the toughest schedule yet so far. But their quarterback, he's just okay. He's a game manager with his arm. I think he's only thrown 2 touchdown passes in those 3 games, I believe. And so, he hasn't played tough competition, but he's only thrown 2 touchdown passes. He is a threat with his legs. Their running back's pretty good. Their defense is actually really good. I'll be intrigued to see if they can slow our offense down. They held Troy to like 120 something total yards. So I'm going to take the Hogs. I think it's a big spot, get right spot. I'm going to go 34-24. I think they cover the 7.5. I think they win by 10. It's probably not that close. Maybe Memphis scores late to cut it to 10. But I mean, it'll definitely be the second toughest game we've had. Once again, just make sure we're locked in, focused, not looking ahead to Notre Dame. And obviously, something I want to see was the defense improved. I want to see 2 guys get their name called a lot who've not had their name called very much. Cam Ball and Larry Worth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I heard Larry Worth's name one time in the Ole Miss game. I didn't even know Larry Worth is out there. And he's our only returning defensive back, safety. And so, he needs to take this group, be a leader, be the returner, the old man in the room. And I'm predicting Larry Worth to get an interception.
Okay. All right. I too am taking the Hogs in this one. I think it's a good bounce back week. It's a game you have to win, honestly. So give me Arkansas 38-27. And think we score when we need to, and then defense gets a few stops when we need to. They're from what I understand, Memphis runs like a 3-3-5 defense, I think, for the most part. So let's get the ground game going. I've got Mike Washington with 2 touchdowns. this
I
week.
like it. I like it. I think Scott Starzik also. I think he gets back on track and gets him a 50 plus bomb. I think his confidence, he needs to get his confidence back because I don't know when, but it won't be very long till we need him to make one in an important situation again. So
Yeah.
I think Scott Starzik needs to. I think he'll knock a 50-yard field goal in. Anyways, so that is everything we have for the Never Yield pod. The Hogs going into Memphis tomorrow. Sleepy spot. If they come out slow in the first quarter, just know you heard it here first on the Never Yield pod that we called it as a sleepy spot. And then they have to get their butts chewed a little bit and wake up. So, anyways, Andrew, we will be back Tuesday. Shout out to all the YouTube subscribers. So we went
Yeah.
into last episode with 26, I think, and
Mhm.
we put in a little plug to try to get to 100, and we're already over 50. So we doubled in about 6 hours. We doubled our YouTube subscribers. So
Nice.
we just need one more double to get to that 100 mark, so we can start doing some live raw post game reaction. So keep supporting, keep listening. Please tell a friend. Follow us on social media and listen and watch us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Pod. Take us home, brother.
Yep, I did get my dad subscribed. It only took about an hour for him to figure out what password he had for YouTube, and then he had to text it and go through all the steps. But we got there. So that's one of the doublers
boy.
there was Brad Drake.
Thank you,
Appreciate.
Mr. Brad.
Thanks for listening. So no, appreciate everybody. Yeah, we couldn't be more thankful for everybody that's tuned in so far and shared it with a friend. So we appreciate you guys. So with that, I'll just say, stay classy, never yield, and let's go Hogs.
Woo pig.